Hey YouTubers, it's that van guy again with another weekly store finds and mail deliveries video. If you didn't get a chance to check out the 2% van racing that happened Saturday night, I posted some links to the Facebook live feed on my That Van Guy Facebook page. So check that out if you want to. Although, disclaimer, if you're easily offended by swearing or drinking or other adult substances or, dirty language, sex, any of that stuff. If you're easily offended, maybe you don't want to watch these videos because these guys are hard partiers, they're vanners, and they love to have a good time. So they were letting it fly, and, they're drinking and partying and, yelling and hollering. So if that kind of thing easily offends you, maybe these videos aren't for you, but I got 3 different links to their Facebook live feeds for the 2% van racing event that happened Saturday night. So check that out on my That Van Guy Facebook page. I'll try to include a link to their page as well in the description of this video. I got a lot of cool stuff, so let's check it out. First thing, I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Matt Duncan from my local club. He's a local customizer, and I wanted to participate in the 2% van racing event, and he made a couple customs for me, and he just knocked them out real quick. I didn't give him too much advance notice, and I kind of wanted to just do a custom painted van to race to promote my That Van Guy YouTube channel. So we just did a little brainstorming, threw around some ideas, and this is what he came up with. And I think it's an awesome job. He knocked it out. I gave him 2 vans. He made 2 different versions for me, or they're the exact same versions, but he made 2 different copies of it, and he knocked it out in a week's time. That's like stripping it, drilling it, designing the graphics, priming it, painting it, all that stuff in a week. So super happy how they turned out. I mean, he said he could have done a more elaborate job or had them a little bit more perfect if he had more time, but he only had a week to do it because I had to get these vans in the mail to race. So one I kept for show, so it didn't get banged up, and then another identical one that I sent to the 2% van races to race it. So super happy with the way it turned out. If you're on my That Van Guy Facebook page, you might have seen it change the some of the page photos and included this, so maybe you've already seen it, but I just wanted to give a big shout out to Matt Duncan of Cujos Customs. You can check out his customs page on Facebook. I'll try to include a link to that page as well in the description of this video. Cujos Customs. Thanks a lot, Matt. I really appreciate you helping me out, and I think they turned out awesome. A lot of other stuff I got, mostly from eBay. Lots of different stuff. I kind of was on a kick for some combat medics. So let's try to go casting by casting here. Also found this Racing Champions Chevy van I didn't have. I don't know if the seller was saying, like most eBay sellers do, super rare, like chase piece or whatever. It doesn't look like the bottom has been messed with, like it doesn't look like the rivets have been drilled out. They look like the original rivets, so it doesn't look like it was modified in any way, but he said that because it's got these green wheels, it's some sort of a chase piece, which I'm not sure if I believe that, but that's the way he was advertising it. And it was in slightly played with condition. Never seen one like this before, so obviously I didn't have it in my Racing Champions collection. I wanted to add it. I kind of negotiated with them, put in a couple different offers on it, and we decided on the price, and I got it. So that came in the mail today, so that'll go to add to my Racing Champions collection. Next up, we got an M2 AutoZone promo loose. I was looking for one of these. I wanted to add one to my M2 Ford vans, but I did not have it. So I found it on eBay pretty cheap. So I pulled the trigger on it finally. So now I should be able to add that one to the M2 diecast van collection with all my other Ford Econoline vans. Next up, we got this cool vintage Tamica. It's kind of cool to get a Japanese made, you know, or Asian brand. That's like a classic American van, because usually when you buy like a Tamica or a Kyosho or something like that, and you're buying a van, it's usually, you know, like a Toyota Hiace or, you know, a Honda or some other Asian JDM style van. But it was cool to have this like retro 70s van, and I believe it's made by Tamica. Yep, made in Japan. A 1977 Tomy Chevrolet Chevy van. So there's a few of these. I have a couple. Didn't have this paint scheme. In slightly played with condition, but I think it's in pretty nice shape for how old it is. So add that one to the collection. Next up, we got another one that's in played with condition, but it's a real rare one, and I've been looking for this one for quite a while. This is going to complete my Dodge Caravan collection. This one came in a huge like $50 play set. I think it was called Police Headquarters play set or something like that. Huge giant box, and it came with a couple vehicles, and this was this police number 12 police Dodge Caravan was an exclusive to that play set or box set, so you could only get it in the play set. And this van was never sold as a single, so you could only find it in the like $50 play set. So you just have to hunt and try to find one loose. Maybe you get lucky and you find one at a rummage sale, or you find one at a Goodwill or an antique mall, you know, still in decent condition. This one's a little bit banged up, but not too bad. But, you know, when it comes to these rare ones that are playset exclusives, you pretty much just have to kind of take what you can get, and this will be a nice placeholder until I can find one, if I ever find one in mint condition. But that's the only one that I was missing for my Dodge Caravan collection. So super happy to have that one. Next up is another one that is completing a collection. This is completing my Dream Van collection. There's 3 different versions of this Real Riders Dream Van. And I think there's actually some wheel variations too. There's the gray hub wheels and there's the white hub wheels. There are 3 different color versions. There's this red one, there's a dark blue one, and a lime green one. And I had the green and the blue, but I didn't have a red one. And I found this one fairly cheap on eBay, so put in a bid. These older casting versions had the opening door on the side, and if you can see, it's got like a little dog inside in the floor. It's got kind of a cool, funky, almost like a limousine custom interior inside. And there's like a dog sitting on the floor, if you can see that. And it's got this door that opens on the side. The newer ones don't have the opening door, because there's quite a few of the newer casting without the opening door. But the originals had this opening door. So watch for that video. That'll be completing my Dream Van collection, so I should be able to do a casting spotlight on those. Okay, next up I found this cool fire rods dairy delivery that I didn't have. So, and I have quite a few dairy deliveries. I'm getting down to the point where the only ones I don't have are the really premium ones. I was actually looking for a Cop Rods version of the Combat Medic when I stumbled across this one, because I'm looking for I think it's actually, no, a Fire Rods Combat Medic is what I'm looking for. And I did find one on eBay, but they want $80 for it. I'm not going to pay that. So, but I stumbled across this one. So let's open it up and we'll take a closer look at it. Nice premium dairy delivery here. Oh, it looks like it's maybe tied into the... Looks like it's really secured in or tied into the packaging here. It looks like it might be... Yeah, this is going to be... Yeah, I don't want to wreck it, but it looks like it's kind of got a bungee cord on the bottom. So just to save time, we'll just cut it. You can see it's got, looks like it's got plastic wheels though. They're more elaborate plastic wheels, but they are plastic. I don't want to bend the axles, so I want to be careful of taking this off if I can. There we go. Yeah, so it's a more elaborate wheel, but it is a plastic wheel. So let's check that out. Real cool dairy delivery from the Hot Wheels Fire Rods series. Just a really cool dairy delivery that I didn't have, so glad to add that one to the collection. There's still quite a few of these that I'm missing. They made a bunch of them. I think I gotta have at least 60 different ones right now, and there's still probably a dozen I don't have, but some of them are convention pieces or just really rare ones that are hard to find, and they go for more money. So I try to shop for a deal. I don't want to get, be paying 50 bucks a die cast. I can't afford that. So try to find my deals where I can get them. Shop around on eBay. And let's see, now we got all these cool combat medics. Found quite a few. I didn't have this vintage SWAT one. And this is a Scene Machines. If you see in the back, it's got the little spyglass, the little window you can look in to see the little scene inside. I think they're called Scene Machines. And it has like a police officer holding back a attack dog in the back, and he's like barking. I don't think it'll... I tried holding it up to the camera and trying to peek into the little, peek in the little hole, but usually it doesn't really work. You can't really see much. So, but yeah, this one is pretty nice condition for how old it is. I think this was, can't remember now, but I think this was released in the late 70s, early 80s, so it's pretty old. But real nice condition. Only issue is it's got a little tampo missing in the S on the SWAT there and a little bit on the T, but for the most part, it's in really nice shape. But I didn't have that one, so glad to add it. And we can go through some of these other ones. This one I actually did have, but the version that I had, the little X or the cross on the side was worn off on one side. So I wanted a more mint example, and found this one for just a couple bucks on eBay. So this is the replacement. A nicer version, pretty close to mint, even though it's loose. So glad to have that one. Got another couple other combat medics, some more expensive rare ones. This one is just a regular main line. There are two different versions. There was a pink version of this, pink with flames. I think it's the more popular version, and then there's this is the recolor in the orange. I have the pink, but I didn't have the orange. So now I have both. So that's pretty cool. Brand new blister pull. Okay, next up we got these other two cool ones. This one is a little bit harder to find. Usually goes for more money. And I got a really good deal on this. I think I paid like 9 or 10 bucks for it. I think actually I got this one from a Facebook seller. But I've seen these go for, almost 20 bucks or more on eBay. So I found this one at a good deal. I've been shopping for this one for a while, looking for it. This Snap-on promo version. And there's quite a few of these Snap-on Hot Wheels. I think there was like a whole set of 6 or 8 of them or something, all different vehicles, but I really wanted the combat medic. This is like the tool delivery van. So really happy to have that one. That was one I've been looking for a while that I didn't have. Pretty cool piece. Combat Medic. And then last but not least is this really cool Air France cargo Combat Medic, listed as just delivery truck on this packaging. You can take a look at the packaging here. I'm not sure if this, I mean, it's got different packaging, so I'm not sure if this was sold overseas or like in France, although it's printed in English on the decal. Maybe they're all that way. I don't really know too much about this one, other than I did not have it, and it's cool that it's still in the original packaging. But, you know, I'm a loose collector, so we're going to tear it open so I can add it to the jammer / display case with all the rest of them. And this is another one that can go for some pretty good money on eBay. I've seen it for sale for, sometimes it goes up to like $35 each, and I got this one quite a bit cheaper than that. I think I got a good deal on it. So there's another one that is a little more rare that I didn't have. I happened to find it on eBay and picked it up and added it to my collection. So that's it for this week's video, guys. Check out That Van Guy Facebook page. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great day.